there was an Operation Popeye,
Ah, yes.
which was it's on the public record.
Okay.
There's no hiding this. You can actually watch. There was an ABC documentary
Wow.
aired on mainstream free-to-air television here in Australia, pointing out quite strenuously, because of the Americans or the US's want to get out of Vietnam because it was getting too politically sensitive
Yeah.
with the people of America and the protests and the like that were.
Yeah.
And of course, Nixon at the time wanted to do the right thing and get out.
Yeah.
So they brought about what's technology through the Central Intelligence Agency
There's an oxymoron if ever I've heard one.
to bring about some weather modification along the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Yep.
And basically extend the monsoon season.
Yep. Yep.
They managed to do it with a number of flights seeding the clouds because the monsoon season was already up and running
Yep.
and was coming to an end. So they managed to extend it by 7 days.
Wow.
24 hours, 7 days, they made it pour rain.
Wow.
So I urge people to watch the many documentaries that have been done about this operation. And of course, here in Victoria, they put legislation in place naming that the Rain-Making Control Act 1967.
There you go.
So this technology's been around for a long time, but of course, the seeding that they were doing back in the 60s has now moved, of course, with respect to, instead of using the specific metals that they do spray into the clouds, they use a combination of chemicals now and microwaves.
Right.
And the microwaves are probably the most prominent,
Yeah.
and it gives them the most authority as such,
Yeah.
manipulating the jet streams
Yep. Yep.
that flow through in the Earth's upper atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to basically steer. They set up essentially a microwave wall,
Yep.
and they're able to steer these jet streams exactly where they want them. And then they can manipulate that jet stream at a particular spot and then cause it to release the moisture. And that's where then the chemicals come into play, and they heavily spray an area in order to excite the clouds using, I think, silver iodine and other chemicals. But it is a very real thing, and the quicker we all wake up to this and call this out, the quicker this whole climate change, this deception will go away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're trying to change what we eat, how we transport ourselves around and the like.
Yeah.
And the lie about crude oil has been around for over a century, and it's time that deception stops. And
Do you mean fossil fuels?
Well, that's the spiel that came out in 1892 at a particular meeting. Some bright spark said, "Oh, why don't we name it a fossil fuel?"
There we go.
And of course, that's just the biggest pack of rubbish. It's the second most abundant liquid on the face of the earth is crude oil.
Yeah.
So it is a renewable resource, and there's a mountain of evidence that justifies that. And methane, the production of methane gas and the like, is all quite natural.
Yep.
And it's part of the Earth's natural cycles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.